Okay, let's see, I got my Darwin Lied shirt here. Okay, this is going to be called Evolution You've Been Lied To. Now, most evolutionists, Darwinists, cling to their evolution. However, what they do not know is that there are 6 evolutions. I'm going to go through them briefly in point form and I'm going to elaborate on each of them. Basically, there are 6 of them. Cosmic evolution, stellar evolution, chemical evolution, organic evolution, macroevolution, and microevolution. Cosmic evolution is the origin of time, space, and matter. Now, there's a problem with this. You see, they say it evolved, but if you check the first law of thermodynamics, it says that matter and energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Now, nor does it mention it evolved. So, if it didn't evolve, how did it get there? Excuse me. Well, I heard a lot of scientists say that, oh, 2 planets came together, whatever, or something came together, some kind of black holes, whatever their theories were, they tried to expound on them, came together, and in that brief time created everything. Is that their scientific evidence? I mean, I find nothing in there that actually concrete. And I thought science was supposed to be somewhat concrete, you know, where you actually can experiment with it. Okay, you see, the thing is, see, time, space, and matter cannot exist without each other. That's fact. And if man cannot create nor destroy matter, and it did not evolve, there's only one explanation for that. Intelligent design. You know, some of you may hate to be hearing this, evolutionists, Darwinists hate to hear this, but you need to hear this. You see, God created it. Because science and evolutionists have not been able to come to a steady thing on how it arrived here. How has God created it? Because you see, then this is where did God come from? Well, if we were to answer that, he would not be God. Because God is not locked into time, space, and matter. You see, if he was locked in, or if God was locked into it, he wouldn't be God. Then we wouldn't be praising him for what he did. So, you see, I cannot answer that question because I'm not God. I'm not equal to God. I do not have his intelligence. No one in this world does. That's why he's God. And we're mankind. We're his creation. Now, stellar evolution. Okay, this is basically, you know, Big Bang Theory, where the planets and asteroids happened. You see, the Big Bang, from what was described, started off with a little dot that came from nothing. Now, how does that happen? Because if that came from nothing, I wish money can come the same way. I'd retire tomorrow. You know, I'd go on vacation, pay off my debts, whatever, buy a mansion, whatever, what have you. You know, that'll be that easy. But they said that the Big Bang Theory started off with a little dot, collected all the dirt in the whatever in the space, whatever in the galaxy there, collected all the dirt, poof, all the planets, the stars, the galaxies, what have you. One little problem with this. You see, let me just illustrate here. You have a merry-go-round. Okay, I'll explain the conservation of angular momentum in a minute. Okay, you have a merry-go-round here. It's divided into 6 parts. Okay, you have a kid on each of those sections. So you start spinning the merry-go-round clockwise, just for an example. Spinning clockwise, spinning and spinning and spinning it to get, let's say, 80 miles an hour, kilometers an hour, what have you. You spin it so fast, they fly off. Okay, now, conservation of angular momentum, as I mentioned about a minute ago, said that whatever direction an object is spinning in, anything that breaks off from it should be spinning in the same direction as it leaves. So, in the Big Bang, that's what would be happening, right? You get the dot, you start spinning, say, clockwise, counterclockwise, what have you. Say clockwise for this example. Start spinning clockwise, explodes, creates everything. 2 little problems with this. You see, one, all the planets would be rotating in the same direction, wouldn't they? See, Uranus and Venus spin the opposite way. And Pluto, the furthest of the planets, spins on its side. So, the Big Bang Theory cannot explain those 2. And scientists have said, oh, maybe they were hit by asteroids or whatever. Not possible. Believe me, it would not rotate the rotation. It would not create a rotational shift that much without being some kind of evidence of something impacting there. No. Could it be that God made it Big Bang Theory look stupid? Because science has not been able to account why that has happened. So evolution so far is 2 in the hole to creation. Then you get chemical evolution. This is an interesting one. Of course, many biologists, chemists, scientists, what have you, know about the periodic table. Even high school students know about the periodic table if they studied science or what have you, or anything in relation to that subject. Basically, you get the periodic table, hydrogen and helium. So we're told that everything evolved from these two. There was two little problems with that. We'll start from the left side. Left side, all the elements in group 1, so they're divided into groups, group 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, up to the helium. I think there's 8 groups, top of my head. Sorry I do not have the actual periodic table with me, but you can look at it online. Group 1, you have all the elements that are not found on this earth. Okay, so they're highly, highly toxic to the body. Group 2, you'll find that 90% of the elements there sustain the body. So, how do you evolve from highly toxicity to sustaining the body? Because you got, in the group 2, you got calcium and magnesium. Now, how does that work? How do you go from something that's highly toxic, not found on this earth, something that's found on this earth and actually helps the body function? I can't figure that one out. Okay. Then on the right side, from helium, you get compounds that are highly radioactive, very right side. To the next to them, to the left of them, you get compounds that are low radioactivity. So how do you evolve from high to low? Usually it's high, middle, then low. Now I looked in the middle where iron is. Now I know someone who actually inspired me to do this video, who used to work with metals. I'm not sure if he was an iron worker or steel worker, but he worked in construction, so he knows the stuff. He told me that fusing through iron is a pain in the butt, for lack of a better word. I'm trying to censor myself because the kids may be watching here. He told me that it's nearly impossible. Not really nearly impossible, but it's really, really difficult to fuse through iron. So how did that fuse from the other elements? That try to explain to me. Then, on side B here, they said that the elements created the stars, and the stars created the elements. Chicken and egg problem here. Could it be that God designed it so the chemical evolution looks stupid? I would say so, because no one has ever seen a star born. You can see one die, you can see one explode, supernovas and novas, but no one's ever seen one being created. So yeah, that's another. So what, evolution is what, 3 in the hole now? Yeah. Now, organic life, organic evolution rather. So what we're told is it rained on rocks, planet, the water basically formed a primordial soup. First creatures evolved out of there, or first creatures were created. Now, in 1953, Stanley Miller made an experiment. He put water, ammonia, methane, and hydrogen together to simulate Earth's early environment. Billions and billions of years. That's a fairy tale right there. I'll get to that in a minute. Get that at the somewhere point in this DVD here. So basically, he tried to simulate with all those 4 elements, and he added electricity to simulate, because that needed the energy for life to be created. Didn't work. So, and evolutionists say there's scientific evidence of life emerging from the soup, yet when the actual scientists actually did it, didn't work. So where's their evidence? Can't think of that one. And now now there's also another theory that the organisms travel on the back of crystals from outer space somewhere. Little problem with that. You see, if the galaxy is billions and billions of years old, first of all, how would it travel through here? You see, if it was from asteroids, let's say asteroid or comet, whatever, hit a planet, and so let's say Mars, for example, because it's hit life on Mars. Hit Mars, right, and pieces flew off from Mars, landed on Earth. Okay, there's one little problem with that. How would organic life be able to live after that impact? That's one. Imagine an asteroid hitting the Earth or hitting your house. How would you live, honestly? 2, what would it consume for that many billions of years? Because organisms have to live off something, other biological